All right, people, it's weekend. Today is Friday, and thank God it's Friday. So I welcome you all to Moments of Matters Arising with the Street Comrade. We're here again, to look into matters that have arisen, over the course of the week. Quickly, Iran may miss the FIFA 2026 US World Cup as it faces visa denials. It is having issues to procure visas in Canada and Mexico, and of course the United States of America, which these are countries that are, possibly going to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup that is, I think, about to start sometime in June. So, Strait of Hormuz is closed only to our enemy, Iran Foreign Minister Arachi says, as the Islamabad talk, have not had any headway. Iraqi welcomes new prime minister. His name is Ali Al Zaidai. So Iraq has a new prime minister. Spain leads other six nations, to boycott the Eurovision contest over Israel Hamas conflict. Remember, Spain has been one of those uh, European countries that has fallen out with Israel. So, and they have been in the forefront of campaign against Israel's campaign in Palestine, in the Gaza Strip of Palestine. So, they are leading other six countries to protest, Israel's, participation of the or in the Eurovision contest. 36 countries set to prosecute Russia's Vladimir Putin after he leaves office, not while he's in office. If there any point in time he leaves office that he has to be prosecuted, I think committees have been set up amongst the 36 countries, mostly European countries. European citizens signed petition to ban conversion and LGBTQT. Petition about a million plus European citizens, have signed a petition. Conversion, that is changing yourself from man to woman or woman to man. That's what we call transgendering or whatever. So more than 1 million European citizens have signed a petition to ban that. Okay, that is that on the international scene. In Nigeria and Africa, to start with, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has been appointed AU African Union Peace Officer in the Horn of Africa. So good news for Obasanjo. He's a man of high intelligence. At his age, he's still thinking fast, and he has so much capacity. So that is it. Ooni of Ife welcomes a set of twins from one of his wives. Good news. Foremost traditional ruler, Ooni of Ife, welcomes twins from one of his wives. Nigerian police reportedly dismisses 5 officers over kidnapping and robbery. Tinubu appoints Adebayo Benjamins, Director, Center for Women Development. Director Center for Women Development is directly opposite to the CBN headquarters in Abuja. That's Center for Women Development. They've got a new director. Nigeria inflation increases by 1.38%. In April, NBS, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, have announced that there's a spike, there's an increase in inflation. Is expected following various economic indices that the country is facing. Nigeria Bar Association takes legal action on an NSCDC officer, that's civil defense officer, who have assaulted a lawyer somewhere in I think in Kwara or so. Okay, so the Nigerian Bar Association has taken legal action, on this said officer. Southwest Development Commission secures license for Southwest Rail operation. That's a good one. Over the years, I've written about this. Even before the formation of Southeast Development Commission, I'm from Southeast, proudly. I've variously campaigned that there is need for a Southeast Development Commission, devoid of politics, that can look into things like building rail line, across the five southeastern states, you know, and other things, and owning, even a university of science, regional university of science and technology, purely science based, so that we can develop the region. Kudos to the west, operators of the Southwest Development Commission. Kudos, good one. Wike-led PDP have Sandy Ono as their sole presidential candidate after screening among, I think, about 25 governors representing about 25 states who have showed interest. So PDP will be, floating 25 governors to contest the 2027 election. And so far, they have a presidential candidate, Chief Ono Sandy. Okay. Makinde reportedly dumps PDP to be APM's flag bearer. Makinde has dumped his faction of the PDP, and that is report, to become the APM's flag bearer in the forthcoming general election. Again, decampment door, cross-carpeting door, moving from one party to another party door appears to have closed, as parties have submitted their digital party membership, platform to INEC. So no more decamping. Wherever you are now, that is where you are. And before this has come to the limelight, we learned that His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Enyinnaya Baribe, has decamped back to the Labour Party, and that is where he will be, contesting the 2027 election to return again to the Senate for the 20th year. I so read. Zenith Bank officer reportedly indicts Malami as witness, as Malami faces the roughly 10 billion naira, fraud case, if I should call it, on financial misappropriation, while he was the minister for, he holds as a minister of justice. Okay. Nigerians set to enjoy 100 free channels as NICOMSAT, Nigerian Communication Satellite, is set, to upgrade. So in no end time, Nigerians will begin to, have close to 100 channels to watch, and that would be a stiff competition for our popular, what do we call them, the South African company, that has been on the limelight. So Femi Otedola acquires more Federal Bank Holdings share of about 43 billion, naira worth of share. That's a good one. Congratulations, sir. Benue to distribute Lanacapavir for HIV prevention. Remember, statistics days ago came up that Benue is leading in the states, amongst the states, that have high rate of HIV in Nigeria. So that's a good one. The government, or the governor of Benue State, has been able to secure some some drugs, the newly launched Lanacapavir, that you take twice in a year to prevent HIV. So Nigeria fails to meet 1.5 million per 1.5 million barrel per day quota from OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Export Countries. So Nigeria's quota, which is roughly 1.5 million per day, so we failed to be able to meet that for whatever reason. So, and this is all about it today, on Moments of matters arising with the street comrade. I remain your anchor. I bless your weekend for you. Go out there and conquer. Play safe. Do not mingle wrongly. Take your security paramount. Thank you.